Sarah here, and I wanted to give you a recipe using the key lime pie protein from MTS Nutrition. So today what I'm gonna make for you are no-bake individual cheesecakes. So for this recipe, you don't have to bake them. It's very convenient style. The only thing you're gonna have to do is let it chill in the fridge overnight for everything to kind of set and all the flavors to kind of blend together. So this is something you're gonna wanna plan out, make the night before, but it's very simple. And I've got some of my ingredients already measured out just for sake of the video with time, but I'd like for you guys to let me know which method you prefer. If you prefer to see me measuring everything out, I can absolutely do that, but I've already kind of started to keep it a little bit quicker. We're gonna do two separate bowls. One bowl is going to be the crust for your mini cheesecake, and then the other bowl we're going to mix the ingredients for the cheesecake filling. What you're going to want to have on hand is some type of little ramekin dish or something of this size. This is the only one I have on hand. And just spray it with some non-stick spray if you want. Just probably won't stick too much since we're not baking it, but just to be safe, sometimes I do that. This recipe is going to make two individual mini cheesecakes, so you can make one for you and your loved one. Alright, so for the crust, all we're going to use, and I already have my crust all made up, we're going to do 1/4 a cup of oats, and then what I added in here is a little bit of this agave nectar, about a tablespoon, and then to kind of hold it all together, I used some peanut butter. Peter Pan Creamy is all I had on hand, but whatever kind of nut butter, almond butter, P28, whatever you like, 2 tablespoons of that. You just kind of mix that all up, and you get this nice, delicious, sticky crust. So I'm going to use half of that to start out, and all you do is obviously spoon that into your little ramekin, and then just kind of, you're going to want to use your fingers a little bit on this too, because it's going to be pretty sticky from the peanut butter. I'm going to take half of that and measure that out and kind of press it into the bottom of your ramekin. Okay, so you can see I pressed down in there. You just want to press it in there evenly. It takes a little bit just because it's a little bit sticky. So we're going to set that aside. And for our cheesecake filling, what I already have measured out in my bowl here, you can use any variety of Greek yogurt. You could use a vanilla Greek yogurt if you want the flavor. I usually use plain because I add Splenda to it anyway, so we're going to use 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt. You want to make sure you're using a Greek yogurt because you really need the thickness of a Greek yogurt. If you use a plain yogurt, it's probably not going to thicken up enough. So I've got 1 cup measured into my bowl already. The next thing you're going to need is your key lime pie MTS whey. And I'm going to add 1/4 a cup. Just going to stick my measuring cup in there. 1/4 a cup of that protein. Next, for sweetness, again, it's personal preference, but I'm going to add 1/4 a cup of Splenda. Or if you prefer to use agave, you could use agave or honey, whatever you prefer there. 1/4 a cup of that. Next, I'm going to add coconut flour, 1 tablespoon of this. This may not be a staple that you have on hand. If you don't have it, don't freak out. What it does do, though, is add a little thickness to the cheesecake. It thickens it up a little bit. It also adds a sweeter flavor to it. If you don't have it on hand, you could add a tablespoon of flour to it if you want, or maybe if you have like a sugar-free Jell-O mix on hand, like vanilla, you could add a tablespoon of that as a substitute. If you don't have it on hand, you could try making this without, but I think it's going to turn out better if you add the coconut flour to it. So now I'm just going to go ahead and stir this all up together. So now that I've got this stirred up, I'm going to take just a little taste of the spoon. Oh yeah, wanted to make sure that's sweet enough. That's very sweet. Perfect for me. Last thing I'm going to add, again, if you're using the key lime pie protein, this is optional. I do have a lime on hand, so I'm just going to squirt some of the fresh lime juice into this. Another option, if you don't have the key lime pie MTS whey, you could certainly use vanilla MTS whey, and just by adding the fresh lime juice to it and some sweetener, you should get the kind of key lime flavor that you're looking for. So I'm going to mix that up again, and then we are all set to add this to our crust. You can see it's nice and thick cheesecakey consistency already, but it's gonna thicken up even more after we leave it in the fridge. So we're gonna put that on there. So I've got all the cheesecake filling added in there for my one. I've got the others cheesecake filling left over to make another one. I just added a little slice of lime on top for a garnish. This definitely isn't the cutest bowl to show it off. I know you can't really tell how delicious that's gonna taste, but again, this is very simple, no bake cheesecake, key lime pie. You don't have to bake anything. You don't even have to add cream cheese to it. The Greek yogurt's gonna give it that good consistency that you want. I get that question all the time. How do you call it a cheesecake when there's no cream cheese in it? Trust me, people, MTS whey and Greek yogurt tastes like cheesecake. Very simple. Gonna pop this baby in the fridge overnight. We'll be good to go, and you'll have a delicious little individual key lime pie. So hope you guys like this recipe. Please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more recipe, or if you just want to see me in a bikini, head on over there. Don't forget to go to tigerfitness.com. You can use my link for 5% off to get all your MTS needs. We'll see you soon.